on your subject's face, but even then it's awfully bright. In a bright sunny day like today, you guys will see it's a little much. All right. Also, it's not quite as romantic. It's a little more industrial than the gold. The gold, right? People's skin tone makes them look really good.
Ooh,
The silver's a little cold feeling, a little robotic feeling. The next side is the white side, and of course we're going down in brightness level, so that makes it third. Gotta flip it again. This is the one that you're going to use outside on sunny days. This is like that rectangular board they were using, because it's not reflective, right? It's matte. Okay, so this is for sunny days, sunshine. Fill in the shadows. Okay. And like he said, if it's noontime and the sun's straight down, you can bounce it back up under their face to fill in the space under the eyes and make your actors look good. If you take the thing off completely, you get the translucent. Because as you see, it's not opaque, right? You can see through it a little bit. Okay? So what we can do here is, like they use the big bed sheet over the actors, we don't have that, we have this. So you can put this up and have the sun come through it, and basically cuts the sun 50%. So you can use this if your background is shady, but your actor's sunny and it doesn't just look quite right. You can basically put your actor in fake shade with this, right? But still have them lit nicely. And I've seen some people even bounce the sun with it, but it doesn't bounce nearly as much as the white side does. So it's a real faint amount coming off of this. Most of the time you're going to use it to diffuse the light. It's going to give soft shadows, like they said when they put the hand in front of the face. When you have this sunlight on you, all the shadows are going to be soft. Right? You can even see it the way it diffuses my hand. Right? And then the last one, is the darkest one, is flip this around again. Is the black side. There we go. Like this. And this is for fully eliminating the sun. Also good for killing reflections. So if you need your actor to be full shade, you can go up here, and this isn't going to bounce any unwanted colors. Like if I did this, I might accidentally bounce some silver into the scene. That might not be good. You can use this also, like if you're shooting a scene like by a car window, and you're seeing reflections in the window. Instead, have this be the reflection that the camera sees, and it'll just eliminate those reflections. Or one time we were trying to film a close-up of the arcade game, but the glass, we just kept seeing the camera. So what we did is we just put this kind of right behind the camera and blocked all the other light coming in, and it looked just fine. So if you ever have a situation where a reflection is kind of ruining your shot, think about, well, how can we kind of have it reflect just that black overlay and have it be what we want. All right. So this isn't something that you're going to use every single shot. Not really. You're going to find situations where you need it and find situations where it helps you. Obviously we're going to be shooting in sunlight a lot. But if the shadows aren't killing you and you like the way it looks, then you might just leave it be natural sunlight. If you're trying for something a little more soft and a little more glamorous, then you might want to start filling in the shadows with the white side. And if you are doing interviews, when we start doing documentaries in the studio, and you're kind of designing light setups, then you might want to bounce some gold light onto the back of your actors so that they look, or your interview subjects, so that they look good. Do be careful with the zippers. They are not the highest quality, especially when you're zipping it back up. The other trick with these is putting these away. It's kind of like the car sunshades. There's two methods. One I like to call a taco method. So you fold it so it's kind of like a taco, and then you grab it, and you grab the front end and fold it in under itself, and it turns into a circle, and then you can put it back in its little bag. The other method is, some people do is they do the twist method, where you kind of make a figure 8 like that. You make a figure 8, and then it folds into itself like that as well, and then you can put it away. It definitely takes some practice to do quickly. If you've been doing it a long time, you just get good at it, and you have it quickly. So what we're going to do for about 10 minutes until about 2 o'clock is we're going to go outside and practice bouncing light around in our special cut groups. If you take a good one, maybe you make it your new Instagram picture, right? You guys will see the gold and the silver are pretty harsh, but practice putting it away, practice flipping it, practice bouncing light and filling in those shadows. Yes, sir.
Why don't the people in DVTV, when they're taking like their anchors and like, why don't they have that reflection going back onto them?
The anchors in the studio, or when they're outside?
Studio.
In the studio, I have 7 lights lighting them, so it's very flat lighting, and
I still see like shadows beneath their eyes. And stuff like
I'll tell them to look at it, because we have 4 lights on the talent, and then 3 lights lighting the screen. So it should be, if they light it correctly, it should be even lighting. All right, so let's get with our special cuts groups, and I will give you guys bounces.